Oh me. So what sport is Isaac going to be doing next? It's about time for baseball, ain't it?
Yeah, he's not even interested in anything but basketball.
For real?
hmm I already,
Some,
I've already
some,
told him, hey, you got to play more than one sport, but I ain't gonna make him. He'll do it eventually.
somebody's got something playing in the background where I can hear myself. I don't know who it is. I think it's on your end. Let me go ahead and share this everywhere, Billy. So he doesn't. You need to. Is he left-handed or right-handed, Billy?
I think he's right-handed.
Hmm.
I think he is.
Well, if he's left-handed, I'd say he needs to pick up a baseball and learn how to throw it about
Oh,
95 mile an hour, and that could be your retirement plan, Billy.
oh, I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
I'm gonna go ahead and share this a couple places, and we're gonna get this show on the road. Let's see. Uh, so he's pretty sad basketball is over, huh?
I mean, he is for his competitive wise, but he plays basketball every day, every second here at the house outside. So
Oh, that's right. I seen he had a basketball goal. Oh man. All right. Well, Billy, why don't you tell everybody who we are?
most definitely, man. What's up, everybody? What's up, Facebook? What's up, YouTube? What's up, my Twitter people? Hey, it's your boy Billy Ratliff here with my main man Bobby C in the house with the Volunteer Roadshow, and we're ready to get this party started. Been a while, Bobby. How's it going, man?
It has been a while, but I got some good news for everybody. Everybody that's been missing seeing my beautiful face and Billy's beautiful face, we've got good news. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, if you're up at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, you'll be able to catch Billy on a morning show. And on Tuesday and Thursday, we're going to be on about this time. We're going to hone our afternoon shows. And I'll go ahead and make an announcement now, Billy. I can't keep a secret, Billy. Can't keep a secret. I'm probably going to be getting off the truck in the next couple months. So when that happens, man, Katie bar the door. We're going to be kicking butt, and we're going to be really consistent on our live show. We're still pretty much set on doing our Sunday afternoon show, which we hadn't done in a couple of weeks. We always had something going on that we couldn't get it to work or whatever. Uh, and we might do it on Saturday. We'll just see how it goes. And like we've always said, we want the viewers to dictate our content. But we still got the hashtag Sam Strong deal. Billy, did you get the things we're going to be raffling off here pretty soon?
Well,
Are they?
I did pick them up from Hound Dogs. They're sitting here right here behind me right now, Bobby.
Show them the lamp, and we have a little. Looks like what is that? A beer barrel or
That's
a
what it looks like.
whiskey barrel?
That's what it looks like. One of the top of a whiskey barrel. And here, let's see here. It's the lamp right here.
I can't see it, but I'm sure y'all can. And the big print that print's huge.
This thing is huge. This
I
the one.
bet it's 6 foot wide.
Yeah, and then you have this here, and then the print is actually right behind me that I have in the background on the wall right now. It's huge.
And we got to get these things raffled off because you know Sean J. He's been all up in my butt about not having his print up there behind you. So
Right.
we got to get this thing raffled off so we can get his framed and put up there.
Most definitely. I'm actually working on it now. I'm actually going to go to Hobby Lobby tomorrow and get these things framed, man.
That sounds great. Well, anyway, I want to thank our sponsors, Hound Dogs of Knoxville on Kingston Pike. Everybody that's a Tennessee fan knows all about Hound Dogs. They Billy, they've got everything you can think of. Tennessee, Power Tea, Tennessee Orange, Lady Balls. I even got my new hat, and you were complimenting about my hat earlier. This is probably my favorite hat. You know why it's my favorite hat?
Why is that?
Because Tennessee orange and white, it's like a dirt magnet.
It is.
You wear a hat one time and you've got something on it. I don't care if you touch it, do this. It don't matter. You can have clean hands. It just a dirt magnet. And once that Tennessee orange gets a little bit of gray on it, it don't look good. See,
Yeah.
this is kind of like leather looking, and I got this at Hound Dogs from my boys over there, Jesse and Don. They hooked me up, Billy, and they got everything.
They
What
do.
was that? Them valve stem caps that's got the power T on it. You think if they make it power T, they got it. Our other sponsor, Tap House, who helped us raise $1,510 for our hashtag Sam Strong campaign, which there's a GoFundMe down in the description on YouTube. On Facebook, I'll see if I can't find a link to put in over there. And our website, Billy, our website is really kicking butt. We got all kinds of articles over there. We're going to try to keep our videos up there, and it's simple. VolunteerRoadshow.com. That's all you have to remember. Check out our website. And like I said, we're going to be doing a raffle here real soon for these items. I haven't decided if we're going to raffle them as a package or each individual item, but we're going to do something here real soon. I'm going to go ahead and give some shout outs over here on YouTube. I'm watching YouTube. I already see our favorite, our bestest. Well, I don't know. Slim Mosley's pretty good, but Shane always gives us, Shane Bentley, a Georgia fan, always gives us a $9.99 super chat. He said, "What's up, Catfish and Billy? It's been some time. Good to see you both. With the way basketball season is going, can football season start? Heck, I'll take baseball. Laugh out loud. Good to see you guys. Hey, this basketball season for us hasn't turned out like I thought, but we're going to go into that a little further into the show. We got UK reactions. I bet you he's a Kentucky fan. Vodka drinker. I bet you he drinks vodka. LSU Tiger Cat. Great LSU fan. Go check out her channel. And Jackson Crutcher. Um, Jackson says, get him a basketball. Tennessee loves left-handers. I mentioned Slim Mosley. We got a few over here on YouTube. I'm going to try to watch the YouTube side. But, Billy, you watch the Facebook. What we got going on over there at Facebook? Who's watching over
Hey,
there?
of course, we got my main man, David Newcomb, on here. He said, what's going on, fellas? David, what's going on, man? It's been a while. I hadn't talked to you in a while, but David did send me a message the other day, man. He was trying to find out what I was doing to try to get some of this weight off, man. So, and I've shared a few things with him. I'm going to be sharing some of those things in the next few days as well. Let's see. Luke,
Yep.
Luke is on here with us. He said, what's up, guys? What's going on, Luke? Hadn't talked to Luke in forever, man. I thought you had done scared my man off, buddy.
Nah, we can't scare Luke off. He's a great writer. He writes great articles for us. Let's see. I see Sean Flanagan's watching. I hadn't made a comment, but he's watching. That's one of your boys.
Sean, hey, Flan, what's going on, Flan?
Anyway, Killer Mime's in here. Killer Mime says, "Hey, Catfish and Billy." He met both of us at the Tap House. Great Georgia
Mm-hmm.
fan. Traveled all the way up to Tap House to see us. Glad to see you, Killer Mime. Uh, is that all the shout outs over there before I go through the weather? Because I got a letter from Catfish, and I'm going to go over the weather real soon.
Yeah, that's
Listen,
all. That's all right now. Everybody else, I mean, they're watching, they're listening. I actually just got one. Troy, let's see here. Troy Cochran, he said, I need that stuff for my man cave. I'm starting.
well, Troy, we're going to be raffling this off real soon. Um, But anyway, it's raining. Is it raining in Knoxville? I hear it's 54. It's got a low of 43, and it's raining all across the state. Nashville's 54 and 37 is a low. And I don't know if I wanted to include Memphis in our weather, but I'm not sure. We claim Memphis, but I'm not sure that Memphis claims Tennessee. But I'm going to give the weather anyway. It's 43 and 37 is a low. And Catfish wrote me from the North Pole in Alaska where it's 21 as a high. Right now it's 21 and snowing, and it's going to get down to 12 degrees. So I hope he's at Santa Claus's house because it's going to be cold. But anyway, is it started raining there? I heard it was raining in Knoxville today.
Oh
For
man,
those
it's been
going to the
nasty
game,
all day. Been nasty here, man. So it's nasty out there right now. So everybody from Knoxville heading to the game, be safe.
Oh, what's going on in the news? Oh, I know what I saw in the news. I didn't even put this in my show notes, but I told you about it. Remember how I'm busting on uh, uh, Harbaugh up in Michigan, sleeping in tree houses and having slumber parties with recruits? Well, I just heard that he recruited a player from Michigan using chocolate milk. When he showed up on his official visit, he had like a refrigerator full of chocolate milk. That Harbaugh, he's got more gimmicks than Carter's got liver pills.
Hey, if it works, hey. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, man. If the kids want it and it's that something that simple to get them to come, I do it every single time too.
Yeah, me too. If that's what it takes. Hey, if it takes getting chocolate milk, Slim Jims, pork skins to get a good recruit, I, you know, I'm down with that. How about you?
Well, I told you, I'm all about simplifying everything. So whatever it takes to get the kids to come, hey, make it happen.
And good looking flight attendants on the Starship from uh, Magnolia to Knoxville don't help either. I mean, doesn't hurt either, does it?
I have nothing to say about that. I
I
don't know what you're talking about.
I do.
They just gave me fried chicken.
Hey, do you remember Antoine Randall L? I believe he played for the Pittsburgh back in the 90s. You
I
remember him?
Yep, I do remember him.
Came across the news ticker that his brother Marcus is charged with double homicide. I heard that there was two girls that he was supposed to meet at the 7-Eleven were found dead in the road. So that's a
Oh,
tough deal. That's one
wow.
of the that's kind of sports related. He played some football. And here's some bad news. Two bad news. I knew yesterday, Billy, when I heard Charlie Strong was
Mm.
sniffing around Tuscaloosa, that Nick Saban was going to be having him a coach rehab marathon. And you wait in the next 48 hours, they're going to announce Charlie Strong hired at Alabama. Well, guess what happened today, Billy?
What's that?
Charlie Strong is hired by Alabama. What do you think about that?
I mean, it's a good hire for Alabama. I'm not sure if he's ready to continue what he used to do back when he was with Florida, having those tough defenses, but it will be easier for him to teach his defense with Alabama. With those kids running that type of that multiple defense that he's run, it's that makes it tough. I mean, Coach Saban know what he's doing, man. He got another players coach on the team to get the kids to come to Alabama. So he lost the recruiting battle to having that number one spot. I think he's just made up for it with bringing Charlie back on.
Well, when Charlie was at Texas, I was a fan of Charlie. I don't know what it was that he wasn't successful. Maybe they didn't give him enough time. But what I saw at Texas was, you're right, he was a player's coach. But
Hmm.
does that always translates into wins? I don't know. You know better than me, but I really thought they was going to keep him another year at least, and they didn't.
Well, I mean, that's typically what it is. I mean, he need a little bit more time there, man. I mean, Texas now is very hard to recruit at Texas. I mean, especially when you got a SEC school right down the street with A&M. That's tough to recruit against SEC if it's that close to you. And things change. I mean, you got Baylor. So many
Hmm.
schools. To compete against. It's so many schools that are close there, and that's what's hurting them. But if they would have given him a little bit more time, I think he would have worked it out.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't. It doesn't help that Texas A&M, like you mentioned, is recruiting Texas like a storm. Last recruiting season, they had 10 of the top 20 recruits from the state of Texas. And that's some players right there, Hoss.
Most
That is some
definitely.
players. The next sad news. I haven't watched NASCAR in probably at least 15 years. I tried, Billy. I really did try. I just couldn't find another driver. My driver was always Rusty Wallace. And when he retired, I just couldn't pick up a driver. But one of his stablemates, one of his teammates at Penske was Ryan Newman. He's now at Roush, and he had a bad fiery crash last night at the Daytona 500. Did you get to see that at all, or did you even watch it?
I didn't watch any of it. I mean, I just the news popped up on my phone that he had a bad accident, and I always expect people to come out on the good end of that when I hear about accidents like that. But his was a very tough one, and the news that we got that he's gonna survive, but he still has some bad injuries, and he still got a long way to recovery.
Yeah, I'm going to read y'all the update. Everybody's wanting to know the update. This was put out on Roush Fenway Twitter feed. Ryan Newman remains under the care of doctors at Halifax Medical Center in Daytona Beach, Florida. He is awake and speaking with families and doctors. Ryan and his family have expressed their appreciation for the concern and heartfelt messages from across the country. They are grateful for the unwavering support of the NASCAR community and beyond. We will continue to provide information as it becomes available. Didn't you tell me your former coach Dan Brooks was a
Hmm.
big NASCAR fan?
Oh,
Who was his driver?
I forgot who it was. Was it Stewart? That's
Just don't tell me Jeff Gordon. Just don't
it.
tell me
Was I
Jeff.
know it wasn't Jeff.
All right, good.
I think the guy was Stewart. I think his name was Stewart.
Yeah, smoke. Well, anyway, our prayers are with Ryan Newman and his family. They used to call him Rocket Man back in the day. I don't know if they still do or not. But again, we wanted to thank our sponsors, Hound Dogs in Knoxville on Kingston Pike, Tap House on Peters Road, and don't forget to support our hashtag Sam Strong campaign on YouTube. Now it's down in the description if you want to donate to the GoFundMe page, where 100% of the funds goes to an actual family who has a child suffering from childhood leukemia. And before we go through and talk about the Vandy game that's coming up very soon, I'm gonna get some shout outs over here on YouTube, and you do Facebook. Got SEC Dog. Now there's a Georgia fan right there. SEC Dog, one of the best Georgia fans that watches me on uh, on YouTube. We're overrun with Georgia fans. I don't know what happened. I really don't. But they're here and they're great people. He said, "What's up, Catfish and Billy, Bama boy?" Uh, he said he told SEC Dog, please don't mention Georgia. Dennis Wilson says, "Hey, Catfish and Billy, what's up?" Like I said, Matt 7397. He says, "I don't know about everyone else, but I'm enjoying XFL." Billy, I haven't watched the first snap. Have you?
Who was it now?
Matt 7397 says he's enjoying the XFL. I haven't watched the first snap. What do
Yeah,
you think? Have you
I
watched?
haven't watched much of it either. I mean, there's so many other things that's going on that I've been watching. I mean, I typically like to wait till it gets farther down to make sure they're serious about it. And but everything that I've heard and seen has been great. He's the rules is what I like so far. They're letting them play football, and of course, I mean, it's boring to a lot of people because they're not used to having football in the off season, and I think that's
Yeah.
why it is boring to me right now because I haven't had a chance for us to have that off season where we used to not having football. But I think I'm gonna watch it this coming weekend just to see what it's really like and try to pick out a team that I can support.
Well, the AAF, I really thought they were going to last more than a half a season. Do you think the XFL has a chance?
I think they do. I mean, they did it the right way this time. They didn't rush into anything. They got a lot of good kids that people know their names, and that makes it a lot better when you know who's playing for these teams as well. Because when you get a lot of guys that you don't know of, and just get all the quarterbacks that you ever heard of, and that's all you know, nobody's gonna keep up with that kind of stuff. You want to see like your ex Vols, the ex Gators, all that stuff. You want to see these guys. Wonder with some of these guys that got drafted in the NFL and it's not playing that on practice squads, and you see that actually being able to play, and may see some of these guys start playing in the NFL again because they see that these kids can contribute and create a name brand for themselves, and that's what it's all about. Is a name brand nowadays.
Well, if Crying Ryan, the Florida fan, was in over here at YouTube, I'd say, yeah, I'd love to see Tim Tebow and Eric Berry in the XFL so Eric Berry could truck Tim Tebow like he did down in the swamp, and maybe even have a pick six or two.
Oh
I,
man, I just don't see that happening, man. I don't. I could if Eric Berry ever play football again, it will be in the NFL, and I think he's
yeah,
completely done with it, man.
you think so?
Yes, man. I mean, that's just when you have to leave the game because of your health like that, especially with cancer things like that. You don't want to, you know, kill your legacy that you created already, and come back and look bad. I mean, I'm not saying he will, but I still think he has a little bit left in the tank. But I don't want him to go out and mess that legacy up.
I thought I saw where he was open to coming back next year, like he was trying to get healthy. Somewhere in the last few weeks, I thought I read something like that. I might be wrong, but I thought I read something like that.
I mean,
Well,
could
who do you?
could be
We got
possible.
got Tim Mathis, great truck driver. He pulls for the Seattle Dragons. Shane Bentley says Eric Berry was a beast and a class act. Who do you got over there on um,
Well,
Facebook?
well, I tell you this. Somebody just gave me some quick news that I just hadn't even heard about this news. Luke Thomas, he just said that Coach Steve Caldwell is coming back to UT on the staff.
Wow.
That's huge. That is
Was
huge.
was he there when you played?
Oh yes, I was actually how would I say my first coach really because my first coach was Coach Chavers, and then I moved down to defensive end. Coach Carr was our defensive end coach.
Oh, okay.
So he coached a lot of good defensive ends. He had Leonard, Jonathan Brown, all those guys.
I don't know why I thought he coached linebackers. I
No,
get
that's all Coach Chavers. We didn't have nothing with back then. We didn't have it. Coach Chavers had all the linebackers. We didn't have like an inside linebacker coach and an outside linebacker coach. Coach Chavers had it all.
what was it like playing if you was a linebacker? What was it like being coached by Chavis, the chief?
Oh man, just like walking on eggshells, man. He was a perfectionist, man. You had to have everything perfect. He didn't like nothing in between. I didn't care if you were the best linebacker in the room. You still had to be perfect. It was just kind of like how everybody say, what's Coach Belichick is at New
Yeah.
England. You had to be that way. He was a mean son of a gun, man. He didn't play.
Hey, well, your boy told us on the show, Fred White, Deuce said that him and Al Wilson had a lot of the same temperament.
Most definitely. That's exactly the way it was. I mean, Coach Chavis was on the edge 24/7. I mean, and that's why he's never accepted a head coaching job. I mean, he's too he wants to just coach.
Yeah.
And if he was a head coach, I can see him slipping up kind of like Bobby Knight did back in the day.
Speaking of Bobby Knight, he made a return after 20 years away from Indiana, and they had a great halftime presentation. They had players back from the 70s, 80s. Isaiah was there, Quentin was there. They were all there. Um, this past week, halftime against Purdue, Purdue beat them, but Coach Katie was there to see his old nemesis and had a lot of good words to say, and that was long overdue. I posted about something like that on my private Facebook page, and him and John Wooden and probably John Thompson and those three and Bobby Knight will probably never be bumped off of the Mount Rushmore of college basketball coaches. Coach K's on there. I don't know who else to put on there. Dean Smith. He had a lot of great coaches, but Bobby Knight will always be on the Mount Rushmore
Most
of
definitely.
greatest coaches ever. And he looks like he's getting old too. Boy, he was hobbling, had hunched over. He looked pretty old.
Yeah, well, that's how it is, man. When you're not doing your craft or still continue to build your body up, and once you start, that age starts setting in, and you stop doing things. That's what my people always told me. That's when you start to age. So if you don't use it, you lose it.
And if y'all want a good laugh after show, YouTube Bobby Knight's top 10 sound bites. He's got one of them where he's talking to the reporters. He never had a great relationship with reporters, but he's trying to say something about the rules of basketball, and he says, "I'm trying to help you guys who have chosen the profession that's a notch or two above prostitution." He had some of the greatest the one-liners ever. Great, 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 great guy. I see Time Traveler says third and Chavis was no joke. You're right about that. But let's talk about this game before it starts. It's going to be tipping off in about 30 minutes. You got Vanderbilt coming to Thompson Bowling Arena, 9-16 record, 1-11 with their only victory over LSU versus Tennessee that's 14-11 and 6-6 in the SEC. Tennessee lost a heartbreaker Saturday. I got to listen to some of it on the radio. They lost 63-61 to South Carolina on the road. But Billy, Vanderbilt is playing better since we played them last when they were 0-25 from the 3-point line. We dominated them in the second half the last time we played and smoked them 66-45. Vanderbilt's last game lost to Florida 84-66. But like I said, their only win over LSU snapped seemed like 100-game losing streak in the SEC. But that was against a great LSU team.
Yes, they did.
And I've always said it's a lot easier for a David to beat a Goliath in basketball than it is football. And they beat them. It wasn't by no 1 or 2 points. They beat them 99-90. But Vandy has lost their star forward, Aaron Nesmith,
Yeah.
season-ending injury, and they're the worst in the SEC from three-point line at 27.8%. But they have been playing better. They're at 37.4 over the last 3 games. Tennessee brought back Josiah James last game from a hip and groin injury. He missed 4 games. He played 30 minutes, 9 points, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. Your boy Pons has tendonitis in his knee. He's expected to play, but our most consistent player, probably our MVP,
Yes.
Fulky. Last few games, he's averaging 19.3 points, 6.8 rebounds, 1.3 blocks, has a 62.2% field goal percentage. He had 22 against Bama, 25 in a losing effort against South Carolina, but he's made 42 trips to the line and he's knocking down almost 74%. This is a one-sided rivalry. We've won the last 5 straight, 7 of 8. And Jared Rifkin, I don't know if you're listening, but all-time record 72-20. So don't give me this stuff. You're running with us on basketball. You ain't running with us in nothing because we beat you in football. That little cute little last 6 years in football, that's just a memory. And every year it's going to be a more distant memory than the previous year. So just so you know, but what do you think? What's the picks? What's the bet now picks out there? What's the point spread, Billy?
I think the point spread on this game, the Vols is favored by 13 points, and the over and under is 135 and a half. Um, I think this will be a blowout. I really think the Vols will take advantage of the inside the post and start doing what they've been doing. I mean, John has been working the paint. He has been great inside, and that's the to me, I think that's where our strength is at right now. I wish that we can get Pons to go down in the paint and do a little bit more and help John out a little bit better instead of sitting out there behind the arc trying to shoot threes. Vandy, they will shoot better today than they did. They won't go 0 for 25 today. They have found something to score points, but I still think Tennessee will slow them down and take them to the half court and work them that way because I don't think Tennessee would want to run with Vanderbilt right now. Vanderbilt, that's what they're doing. They're running and gunning and they're shooting. They're scoring a lot of points now. They're basically playing the new NBA basketball now.
Yeah, you're right. Pons has got to quit pretending to be Dirk Nowitzki. He's no Dirk Nowitzki. He needs to get down there, give a little cheap elbow, get in position, block out, rebound, and play in that paint. And if he gets out of that paint, other than trying to avoid a 3 second, they need to bench him. No more 3 pointers on. But I did see him knock down a sweet swisher the other day.
Yeah,
I did see that.
he can shoot it. I mean, I just don't, if he's gonna shoot it. I mean, let's say, I'll give him two shots maxed. I mean,
Yeah,
don't be just out there waiting on someone to throw the ball to shoot the 3 pointer. That's what I don't like. And I know he has a great first step to be able to get to the basket. Take it to the basket and dunk on these people. I mean, there's no one in the SEC I think can out jump this man, and he's already 6'10" or whatever, 6'9". I don't know how tall he is, but this guy can jump and he can hurt you on that rim if he just stayed inside and worked the paint.
I do think that. I mean, he is tall, but if he put on some weight and got in that weight room, I believe he has the talent to go to the NBA.
Oh, he
But
has it.
I don't think he's big enough.
Well, I mean, NBA players, they're not big anymore. I mean, that's how all basketball players are now. They don't have the traditional big men anymore. Now the NBA is all about scoring points and not defense, so that's why they wanted to keep him featherweight, be able to run up and down the court. And like I said, he still kind of reminds me of, Marcus Hayslip in a sense, but
Hmm.
Marcus, he made his presence in that paint. Didn't see him out there trying to shoot jumpers and stuff. He did what he had, what he was good at. He was jumping high. Marcus can jump and dunk and do all those things and rebound. That's what we're missing right now with the Vols is rebounding, the offensive rebounding, defensive rebounding. We lost 80% of our rebounding crew last year. That's a
Hmm.
lot of rebounds we lost.
Yeah. Well, I think you're a little higher on our Vols than I am. I haven't seen anything, Billy. I don't think we're going to the tournament. The only way we're going to go to the tournament is win the SEC tournament, and we might have an upset, but will need two or three or four upsets to win the SEC tournament. I don't think we're going to the tournament, the NCAA, Billy. I really, really, really don't.
I'm,
And like I said, you think it's going to be a blowout? I'll be surprised. I'm going to take Vanderbilt and take the points. Now, I think we're going to win the game, but I don't think we're going to win by more than 10.
yeah.
That's just me.
Well, I just think that everybody thought the first game and Vandy thought it was a fluke, and I know that Tennessee know that Vanderbilt can score a lot of points now. I think there'll be more discipline than just letting them shoot all those threes. I mean, still 25 3 pointers. That's a lot of 3 pointers to be shooting, and for them not to make one of them, just think if they made half of those 3 pointers. Gosh, that's a lot of points. And I just think the Vols will finally show Vandy who they really are.
Well, they got to show me something first before I start jumping on a 13-point spread. And I think I'm gonna take the under for my bet now pick'ems. And if y'all want to start an account, use the promo code Roadshow, and they'll match 50% of your initial deposit up to 500. But I'm going to take Vanderbilt and take the points with Tennessee to win, and I'm going to go with the under. What are you going with?
Well, if I was to touch it, I would take the Vols with the points and actually I would go with the over because I think there are going to be a lot of points scored tonight. I think Vandy going to try to push the pace and make Tennessee run with them, and I think in the end Vandy will lose with fouling out. Because if John and Pons can do what they do in the paint, like I think they could, this shouldn't be a game at all.
And
Now,
before y'all start chirping and saying follow Billy because he's got this great streak going, y'all need to remember the last 5 times we've had a bet now pick'em show, I've been perfect. So I don't want to hear any chirping from David Newcomb and you guys and over here on YouTube. I'm telling you, if you want to make your rent money or your car note, now you want to make a little extra cash to take your girl out. Well, we already went thanks Valentine's the other day. Hey, if you forgot Valentine's and you don't have the money to get her flowers, follow my advice. Take take Vandy and take the points with Tennessee to win and the under. That's all I got to say, Billy.
Well, here, I'll give some people some money. One pick I'm going to play. I'm going to go pretty big on this pick. I'm going to take Illinois to cover the 6.5 points over Penn State. Penn State is really hot right now, and they finally got some injuries, and I think Illinois will stay within the 6.5 points or may upset them tonight.
Hmm. What time is that game? Does it say?
6:30.
Same time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all hearing it now. Now, I'm not taking anything away from you, Billy. You know how to wager on sports. I just wanted to toot my own horn. I had some tough luck, some bad breaks, some bad beats during the season. But when it came to postseason play, Billy, I was perfect in college football and the NFL. Regular season, I sucked.
Well, hey, that's what they say. It doesn't matter in the regular season. You don't win championships then. The
That's right.
end of the year is where it all said and done. So I give you props, Bobby.
Vodka drinker over here says my advice for Valentine's Day is wait until the day after and you can buy a bigger candy box at 50% off and give it to her the next
Uh,
year.
hey, hey, Bobby. Hey, look, I thought about that myself because I normally like to go get candy and like some the leftover chocolate covered strawberries or whatever.
Yeah,
And I went to the grocery store and I was gonna get me some chocolate covered strawberries. And I thought about I was gonna go over to the section where they had the clearance aisle and stuff and get over to the clearance section and man, these chocolate covered strawberries was still $15, man. I was like, I just pick me some strawberries and get my own chocolate and dip them in there myself.
that better be for 2 dozen for $15. How many was it? How many strawberries did you get for
I
$15?
think it was like maybe 8 strawberries in that thing.
Oh man!
It's like, did Willy Wonka make these things?
All right, before we go, are we going to make the? We know we're not going to the tournament, but are we going to go to the NIT?
Man, if we keep playing the way we've been playing, we gonna be at the HOME.
No, I don't want to doubt them too bad. I mean, we could close out the season on a run and hit the postseason. I mean, who was it last year that did that same thing and won the last 6 or 8 games and hit that postseason? Hey, we might get a 9 or 10 seed or something like that, but I just highly doubt it. We got to play a lot better. We just don't. We've got too many injuries. Every time we're turning around, somebody's getting injured. Vescovi had when he first came in. I mean, I liked his effort and his heart, but he was turning the ball over. I just think we needed a lot more improvement if we're even going to think about it. I just want to. I just want to enjoy tonight. We beat Vanderbilt and just take it one game at a time. That's what I want to do.
I'm with you there, Bobby. Most definitely.
All right, like I said, check out hashtag Sam Strong. The link's in the YouTube description. If you want to find the link to donate to the GoFundMe, where 100% goes to a needy family with a child suffering from leukemia, go to the Volunteer Roadshow homepage. It's pinned at the top. Every penny will be greatly appreciated. Uh, Aaron Ross, before we go, says, I don't think we will make the NCAA tournament, but I didn't think our football team would lose to Georgia State and BYU. Who do we got over there on Facebook?
Let's see. Uh, David Newcomb. Bobby, he said he had the opposite Peyton Manning effect. I know what he's talking about.
Whatever.
That's the only one, man. That's the last comment we got over here on Facebook, man.
Killer Mime says maybe the Dogs can play the Vols in their own tournament. Maybe maybe we could have a Georgia Tennessee tournament. Just have a pickup game. But anyway, I guess that's all the shout outs. Our next show we're going to be talking about Zach Evans, the transfer portal hypocrisy, and some of the hypocrisy of the coaches who's blasted the transfer transfer portal and what they've done to prove their hypocrisy. Mel Tucker and Fuente from Virginia Tech are the two I'm talking about. We may delve into more of the Charlie Strong hire over at Alabama, but people are chomping at the bits to go watch Vanderbilt. Do you have anything else we need to do before we leave and close this show out?
I think that's all. But hey, don't forget to tune in the morning, guys. I'll be on here first thing in the morning at 7 a.m.
And I believe I got you a guest host lined up, our buddy Martin, Walter Martin.
Okay.
We'll see on that. But anyway, again, thank you to our sponsors, Hound Dogs of Knoxville, Tennessee Tap House on Peters Road, and Bet Now. Couldn't do it without you. So, y'all that's been watching me for a while, y'all know what's coming next. Thanks for tuning in. Go Vols. Last time we played Vanderbilt, they went 0 for 25 from the 3-point line. Vanderbilt is going to be even worse from the 3-point line tonight. I promise you that.
I hope so. Oh, it's a good show, man.